Hey there, LaunchDeck here.
I'm Vlad, here with Arthur, and we're founders of LaunchDeck.
Alright, so for today, we have a topic which our clients are really focused on all the time. So the question is, how much time do we need to prepare a pitch deck?
And if you think that you can prepare a pitch deck, a really solid one, in a day, then you might be wrong, and we'll explain why.
Today it's more or less a discussional topic, however it's quite crucial and we stumble upon this question with lots and lots of clients. The key question is, alright, I need a pitch deck, just right now, at this moment. How much time will I spend to prepare it?
The key point here is that the process of creating a pitch deck is only the tip of the iceberg. The whole another story is aggregating and gathering all the information about your project that you have, formulating your unique selling proposition, formulating your key features that differentiate you from your competition, etc. Doing market research, doing competitive analysis. And this is the big chunk of your time that you need to spend on your homework. And this stage takes about 80% of time, and only 20% of time you package all of this. You present it via pitch deck, via one-pager, or anything else.
So this 80% of time, you will prepare the backstory of everything you are going to present. To sum up, there are 4 main steps that you should walk through while you are preparing a pitch deck. Step 0 for you is to prepare your homework, doing the background check, research, problem stating, solution presentation, etc., etc. This is the biggest piece of the pitch deck development pie. It might take from days to weeks. After you prepared all the background you might need, you've done all your research and you prepared this wonderful document filled with content that you will use on the next stages. You go step by step from content and structure preparation to the design stage and to the pitching itself. The content and structure stage includes writing a storyline, which could be based on the headings per each slide, understanding how the flow of the presentation will go, and what pieces of content go on each slide. After that, you are working with content. This is mostly about how you'd like to present each idea on each slide in your deck. So you understand that the solution should be this kind of infographics, which includes a wonderful interconnected solution that you'd like to present in this way. Then you're writing down all the messages that you'd like to display on this slide, and you are working on your copywriting. And do it again and again and again for each slide in your deck. After you are done with structure and content, you are moving on to the next stage, which is the design stage.
And on this stage, you basically are packaging all your data, all of your messages in a nice, fancy, and readable format. And for each slide, you'll need to develop infographics, visual solutions, etc. But at the same time, you will need to prepare a basis of your graphic style. Some core elements, some core typefaces, some core colors. By the way, these elements will translate in the future in your brand style. This process of establishing solid brand style and translating it to your visuals on your slides is very crucial if you want to differentiate yourself from other applicants to an accelerator that you want to go into, or other applicants to your VC that you dream of going to. Because while the content goes first, and without great content and great solution, you won't get anywhere, at the same time, nice design and nice packaging of your ideas matters. While being judges and mentors, we feel it all the time.
Just imagine 50 applicants that you should look through in one day with pretty much same presentations. You should read them all, you should probably understand their core idea, and most of all, you should decide whether this startup and this applicant is really a good fit for you, and you can really go with him or her on the next stage. That's a long and quite painful process when you see an applicant who spent time on designing the presentation and did a quite well job, so you could easily read it, understand every key idea on each slide. You will actually read it and try to find out if that's really the case that could probably solve your problems as a human, which is quite a nice tip, by the way. Investors are humans, so is more engaging your design is, the more chances are that your project will succeed on this stage of outreach.
And last, but definitely not least, stage of your preparation is preparing for your speech. There is a nice and popular quote from Woodrow Wilson. He said, "If I am to speak for 10 minutes, I need a week for preparation. If 15 minutes, then 3 days. If half an hour, then 2 days. And if an hour, I am ready now." So the less time you have on your pitch, the more time you should spend preparing for it, doing mock pitches, talking to your colleagues, to your friends, and presenting them your idea. This process should continue until you are completely comfortable with your pitch, until you know all the nuances of your story and of your messages, until you're ready to present it to different audiences. If you are pitching to your friends and family, you will use a tone of voice which is different from the one that you will use for investors or venture capitalists.
So what is the timeline? We defined that there are 4 main stages from 0 to 3 that you will walk through while preparing your pitch. On the stage 0, you will probably spend from 1 week to even a month, depending on the depth of your research. Then you will move to defining the structure and the content, which usually varies from a couple of days to another week. Moving on to the design stage, which usually depends fully on the abilities that you have in design and how much you would like to outstand from the others in terms of your startup world competition. And the last stage will be basically as Woodrow Wilson said. You usually have 10 minutes to pitch your idea to the potential investor, so the nicest timing you have is 1 week of preparation, mock pitches, etc.
The whole process of creating a pitch deck will take you about a month, but we all know that you have situations when investor wants your deck ASAP, and there is nothing wrong with it.
In that case, you should first understand which skills from your skill set are your strong suit. After that, you are spending your timeline accordingly. If the design is your strong suit, then you will spend more time on the design and probably outsource the storylining of your presentation, content rewriting, copywriting, etc. On the other hand, you could be a wonderful copywriter, so you will do the storyline yourself, you will fill the content and outsource the design. And if everything is burning up, well, you can probably ask the experts and they will help you. Anyway, it's your idea and you should strongly understand how you should pitch it. And this is the only part that hardly could be outsourced. You should always focus on preparing yourself for the pitch. No matter how good your slides are, the success of your round will depend on this pitch.
So that's it for this video. If you have other hot topics that you want to know more about, please share them in the comments below and we will definitely read them and then make a video about them.
See ya!